I have this theory. I have this theory that that those of the UK, New Zealand, and Australian descent all have the natural ability to do American accents, especially the Southern accents. Benedict Cumberbatch, who is a well-known actor for playing his role in the BBC's TV drama Sherlock. He was also known for his role for The Imitation Game, starring alongside Keira Knightley. He's also, like I said, good at American accents. He's did his role in the animated animated movie The Grinch, which he also did Penguins of Madagascar playing the Husky, but we're talking about American accent. He did an American accent for The Grinch. And he's also done a fabulous job of playing Doctor Strange in the MCU universe, which he is starring alongside Tom Holland in the movie No Way Home, which I'm going to mention Tom Holland later on. But, like I said, Benedict Cumberbatch is known for playing his roles as American accent. But the Southern accent, he nails it. He starred in a movie. Well, he starred alongside Brad Pitt and various other actors in the movie 12 Years a Slave. He also starred in another movie that was just released called The Power of Dog. And he also had done a movie that also came out that stars alongside Jodie Foster. It's called the Mortium, which is a movie that takes place after the events of 9/11 and trying to figure out that this individual that is being put on trial was of that, threat or not. But he nailed that Southern accent. He nailed it. It was just like with no problem at all. He nailed it with no problem, no issues, no nothing. He nailed it. Another actor who can nail a Southern accent as far as you could throw him is Michael Caine. And Michael Caine is a man of many masks. He is a treasure. He is well known for various roles, but I think he is well known for playing Alfred Pennyworth in the Batman trilogy of Christopher Nolan. He did a movie alongside Robert Duvall and Haley Joel Osment called Secondhand Lion. If it wasn't for the fact that I had already seen him in Batman Begins, I would have thought he was an American. No. But he nailed that accent to the ground. To the ground. And I'm going to mention his co-star, Robert Duvall, because Robert Duvall did a movie called The Gingerbread Man, where he played a disturbed man. And he starred alongside Robert Downey Jr., who took on that Louisiana accent. But there's also a gentleman who goes by the name of Kenneth Branagh. I know I messed up his last name, believe it or not, he's an Irish actor who, as he was trying to be an actor, learned how to do the British accent because during that time he felt that he was more likely to get a role using a British accent than his natural accent. But he played the head detective, and he did his hand at doing a Louisianan accent. Nailed it. There's this other actor who I feel nailed the southern accent in the ground. Oh God. Idris Elba. This too put me in a loop because the first time I saw him was in This Christmas and Prom Night when he was doing an American accent. I didn't know he was a British actor until I saw him in his role of playing Luther. The BBC's hit crime drama TV show, Luther. This gentleman played alongside Regina King in a Western movie, which the freaking name just went away in my head. It's on Netflix. He was born to play this role. He is good at playing the bad. It don't matter. He's good at playing the bad guy, the good guy, whatever accent you're giving him, he's good. He better be James Bond. He better be James Bond. Believe it or not, his co-star, Ruth Wilson, I believe her name is. She is well known for playing The Affair, and she starred alongside him in Luther playing Alice. She did a role in The Lone Ranger starring Armie Hammer. Impressive. She nailed it. She nailed it. She nailed that accent to the ground. Amazing. Amazing. This other person, these other two people, Guy Pearce and Kit Harington. And the reason why I'm putting these two gentlemen together is because they start alongside each other in the movie Brimstone, which also stars Dakota Fanning. Now, Guy Pearce, he plays this messed up preacher who obviously needs help. And Kit Harington plays this drifter who knows the daughter of the preacher. For his first role, I mean, he's no stranger to the American accent department. But for his first time doing a southern accent, I feel like he nailed it. Especially during that church sequence, which, unfortunately, his character passes away. Spoiler alert. But he nailed it as he's telling his story and basically telling the preacher, hey, what I did to my dad, I'm going to do to you, son. Nailed it. Guy Pearce has also he was also no stranger to the American accent, especially the southern accent. He played a special agent, in the movie Traitor, which stars Don Chandler, who's well known for his role as playing War Machine in the MCU. It's such a good movie. I had to watch it again to fully understand it because I was trying to get in the mind of Don Chandler's character. But Guy Pearce nails it. He nails that accent there too. It's just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Sorry. Oh my god. So, I've talked about Michael Caine when he starred along with Alfred Pennywise, which just so happened to star Christian Bale. Christian Bale, like Benedict Cumberbatch, are method actors. Depending on what role they are doing, depending on the accent, they will keep using that accent as a method to stay in character. Which is really cool, which is really neat to do. But If it works for them, it works for them. He did a movie that stars along Russell Crowe, which I will get to Russell Crowe in a bit, in 312 Yuma, which is a Western flick. Basically, Russell Crowe plays a notorious outlaw in which the law enforcement asks Christian Bale's character for his help. Christian Bale is a mere farmer in this one, a family man. And his son, played by Logan Lerman, wants to tag along. He says no. Lerman disobeys and all hell breaks loose. Christian Bale also did a role in Public Enemy, which stars Johnny Depp playing John Dillinger. I can't remember the agent's name that Christian Bale was playing, but he nailed that southern accent. It sounded like a southern accent to me. It's either that or a Boston accent, in which, regardless of the matter, he can jump on it too. My opinion. Russell Crowe, who, like I said, played the notorious villain alongside Christian Bale, nailed that one for a Western flick. A Western accent, if y'all want me to correct myself. Russell Crowe, oh my God, he killed it in The Beautiful Mind, playing Professor Russell Hatch. Petrified, mortified, stupefied by you. Amazing. One of my favorite Russell Crowe movies. My favorite. Now, get ready, will ya? Jude Law he's good at accents too, and my favorite movie that he did with the southern accent is Cold Mountain, which starred along Nicole Kidman. Now, Nicole Kidman is Australian. Nothing wrong with that. First time I saw her, she starred alongside Val Kilmer in Batman Forever using an American accent. When I found out she was Australian, it was like a whirlwind in my mind. A whirlwind in my mind. She nailed that role. She nailed that southern accent. If I didn't know she was Australian, I would have thought she was a talented American actress. But regardless of the matter, she is talented. She nailed that accent like it was nothing. Nothing. And she's Australian. Get this. Her husband is Keith Urban, who is a well-known country singer, who is also Australian. He's Australian and he's singing country music in an awesome American accent. Like, I couldn't believe it. And he's not the only one that sings in an American accent. Natasha Bedingfield, Sting, Phil Collins, Elton John. Like, it's amazing how these artists are British, and if it wasn't because I heard them talking in their original accents, I would have thought they were American. But they fooled me. Oh my God. You want to know who's also good at oh my God, he's just phenomenal. Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield played in Hacksaw Ridge. And a good amount of his co-stars were British and Australians. Oh my God. Andrew Garfield is a British actor, and he nailed that southern accent in Hacksaw Ridge. And his co-stars Hugo Weaving, Teresa Palmer, and Luke Bracey. All Australians nailed their accent. Luke Bracey, although it wasn't a southern accent, it was a New Yorker accent. I don't know if he was trying to go Bronx or Manhattan or Jersey, whatever it was, he nailed that New Yorker accent. Teresa Palmer, she nailed that. She nailed that Southern accent, and Hugo did too. Those two, all three of them, nailed those accents. They nailed them to the ground. Amazing. Wow. Another person, oh my God, who can nail it in the ground, I would say, is Carl Urban, who is a New Zealander. Now get this. Hang on a sec. He has a connection with this other dude who I'm going to bring up. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Carl Urban is known for various roles in both in his hometown, New Zealand, and also in the States. He played, although it wasn't really a Western, he played a villain that had a Western accent. A sinister guy, and priest. Fell in love with him there. Fell in love. I don't care. Fell in love with him there. He did a good job. I've always loved the cowboy Western Southern accent. I've always loved that. So sue me. I loved it. I don't care. But he also did a Southern accent in Hangman, which starred Al Pacino and Brittany Snow. They were going after this serial killer that has his MO of hanging people upside down. It's unclear if it was ritualistic or just for the hell of it, but he played that role just awesome. Just awesome. He convinced me he was a Southerner. He did. Now, get this. Carl Urban is also well known for playing the Butcher, or Butch, in Amazon Prime's hit TV show, which is based off a comic book, a graphic novel, which is rather graphic, The Boys. And it just so happens that he has a co-star who's also New Zealand, who plays Homelander, Anthony Starr. Now, I first got introduced to Anthony Starr in the short-lived, in the short-lived show American Gothic, which I believe it was on ABC. Now, American Gothic was this whodunit, was more like this whodunit, you know, who was it, why they do it kind of drama thing. Murder mystery where the Silver Bells killer was the bad guy. So Anthony Starr plays Garrett Hawthorne, which is the eldest son of the Hawthorne clan. Just brilliant actor. Like, I don't know what got me more. The way that he made Garrett look like he was a man who had been through hell and back, or made him look like, could he have been the one? Is he really who he say he is, or he's having some sort of split personality? He nailed it. He nailed it. There's also this scene, which is also so funny. It involves my mom, but it's so funny. In the scene, I believe it was possibly the second to last episode of the season. Garrett, is getting rid of the body of the original Silver Bells killer. So he's grinding it up in this corn grinder, whatever you call it. And his brother-in-law, who is a detective, talk about him not getting break. I thought Dexter had it bad, but this dude, he has it worse. His brother-in-law comes in, gun drawn. Where? Put your hands up. What is that? Put your hands up. The gentleman, I don't know his name, but he's also a British actor. nailed that Boston accent, I would say. I can't remember his name. I don't know his name. I feel bad. But he nailed that Boston accent. And so he's going, Garrett, put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. What is that? Put your hands in the air. I'm watching this episode. And, of course, Anthony Starr, Garrett, puts his hands up in the air. All right, cooperating. My mom's watching the show with me. I didn't know. I thought she was on the phone. But she was watching the show. And first thing that comes to her mouth, don't do it, baby. Don't turn around. Don't turn around, baby. Don't do it. I turned to my mom. I said, Mama, why? I said, Mom, what you said? Did you really say don't turn around? She goes, yes. I said, why? She's like, he's so handsome. I don't want him to go to jail. He's so handsome. I don't want him to go to jail. I don't know who that guy is, but yeah, he's very handsome. And I'm like, Mama. Which, that's not the first time she's done something like that. Sorry about the lights. I don't know why it's flickering. But that's not the first time she's done something like that. I was watching Once Upon a Time, and it was the episode where the Mad Hatter came to play. And the Mad Hatter got kicked out the window by Emma. And they rush outside to see if he's dead. The guy, you don't see the Mad Hatter, who was played by Sebastian Stan. He's nowhere to be found. There's no body. There's just the hat. And my mom comes out of nowhere because I didn't know she was watching the show. She goes, oh my God, good. He was too cute to die. He was too cute to die. Oh my God, my mother. I don't know whether she's coming or going. I love my mother, but jeez. If the dude's up her alley, she will root for him. It don't matter if they're playing a good guy or a bad guy. She will root for them. Oh my gosh. It was just so funny. She would root for Derek Hale in Teen Wolf. She was rooting like crazy with Nick Burkhart from Grimm. She was rooting like crazy for him. It's actually pretty funny, gotta mention you that. She called me on the phone the other day and was like saying, oh, I just saw that new Superman from the CW show. And I said, oh yeah? She goes, you know the hottie they always talk about? Was it Derek Hale, that hottie? I was like, yeah, Derek Hale. Oh my God, he plays the character so well. Oh my God. He's just like that other guy from Man of Steel, the one that plays in the movies. He's hot too. I'm like, yeah, Mom, I agree. I agree with you. You know, but you want to know who's also hot? Because they're not as hot as this other guy from Grimm. I said, which guy? The one who played the Grimm, the guy who could see stuff. I was like, oh, Nick Barker. He goes, yeah, they're not as hot as him. I'm like, you mean David Catoli or whatever his name is? She goes, he's hot. I'm like, but Mama, you were going off on how the other guy who played Derek Hale, you were like saying if he died, you wouldn't watch the show. Oh, and I'm so glad he didn't die. He didn't watch the show. Like I said, it don't matter who it is. One time we were watching Supernatural and Jensen Ackles, Jensen Ackles, who plays Dean Winchester, we were watching an episode. And it was the episode that had a painting involved. And the painting was supposedly would kill the owner of the painting. Sam asked if he could have the painting from the girl, and the girl just, yeah, you could have it, go ahead. And not Dan, Dean's a little bit taken back. He goes, what? She just gave it to you? She just let you, man? Sam's like, yeah. He goes, so no special favors, no nothing? And my mom goes, oh, I'll do special favors for you, Dean. I'll do special favors for you, Dean. I turned to my mama. I said, Mama, what about Dad? She goes, what about your dad? My mom is such a slut. She goes, oh, that came out wrong. Oh, shoot, sorry, Mom. Oh, that came out wrong. Oh, my God. I mean, my mom's not a saint, but she's not like that, because even at the same time, she looked at me and she goes, you know I'm joking, right? You know your dad and I, we love each other very much. You know we have a happy marriage, right? I'm like, okay, good, because I thought you were serious. She goes, I was joking, okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that, you know, but I was joking around. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. But, yeah, but I'm the same way, too, Mom, so don't worry. But here's the thing. If guys can look, so can girls. But women, us women, we do it in a more clever and more like behind closeted doors. Oh, I know I'm going to get hell for this. But it is true. I mean, the guys on the TV that we see on the TV shows, like with me and Jon Snow, Nick Burkhardt, all these hottie guys, hell, I got Gareth from freaking Witcher and and Leon Kennedy knocking on my door. I mean, we can look, because you know why? Because the guys on TV, the characters especially, they're not real. You can't mess around with them. You could get away with it. That is very true. But the actors, I'm sure you can mess around with too. Oh my God. I'm going to hell, guys. I am going straight down to hell.